Could it be that white women are finally seeing the light? Well, they are in Kansas, that's for sure. Voters in Kansas wasn't having it. They went out yesterday and overwhelmingly voted to preserve their right to an abortion. But it also goes to show me how truly divided the United States currently is. Voters in Kansas overwhelmingly voted to preserve their right to an abortion. But over in Michigan, this happened. Governor Whitmer, she's heading on to the ballot in November. And her opponent is a candidate that uses the scenario of a 14-year-old incest victim as perfect evidence for an abortion ban. This is what she said.
You are pro-life, but here's how it shakes out. With the overturning of Roe v. Wade, 58% of Michigan voters are opposed to it. 52% strongly oppose it. 68% of independent voters, which is going to deliver you the State House or not, oppose the decision. 63% of women oppose the decision. 86% say it's important, right? And 58% that it's very important to them. So you are...
Where's the number of what percentage gets driven to vote on just that single issue?
Well, I would say it says, according to the latest poll, 86% is important and 58% say it's very. Now you are on record as saying pro-life, no exceptions. They asked you rape, incest, or the health of the mother. You said no exceptions. Do you
health of the mother and life of the mother are different.
Okay, well, that's true.
Yes.
All right. The mental health, I think, they're torturing it, and they're not being honest about it. But rape, incest, no exceptions except...
life of the mother.
Is that, you're solid there?
That's where I'm solid.
Okay, do you think you can win with that?
Like I said, I think if you look at the numbers, just the news just put out numbers. They said brings out 36% of Republicans, 36% of Democrats. What we really think is that they don't believe that we should have dismemberment abortion. They don't believe that we should have abortion on demand, abortion up to the moment of birth, all of those things. If you look at what the Democrats want, that's not attractive. But that's what's on the ballot. So who does that bring out? And when are we going to say to Whitmer, you really think that this is going to bring out your voters? I mean, they think that's the winning issue. But most Americans do not believe in this third trimester abortion, partial birth abortion, ripping babies apart and pulling them out of the mother. That kind of stuff, that's on the ballot. So right now, a constitutional amendment, but it changes all our laws in Michigan.
But the question would be like a 14-year-old who, let's say, is a victim of abuse by an uncle.
Yeah.
You're saying carry that.
Okay.
Yes or no? But I will listen to yes or no and then give me the answer.
Because I know people who are the product. Life is a life for me. That's how it is.
Okay.
That is for me. That's my feeling.
That's fair. You heard it. No exception except the health of the mother. Okay, we'll take a break there. And a word from David Hall Financial.
Her name is Tudor Dixon. And she just won the Republican primary in Michigan. And she will be going head-to-head with Governor Gretchen Whitmer in November. You heard what she said. The health and life of the mother are two different things. She's for an abortion if it affects the life of the mother. If carrying this baby to term is going to kill the mother, she can go for that. If carrying this baby to term affects the health of the mother, she's not for it. She's not for it at all. So they use the example of a 14-year-old incest victim who ends up pregnant, right? And for some young girls, It is difficult for them to carry a baby to term because they are not fully developed. She says that would be a perfect example for her ban on abortion. If carrying that baby to term doesn't affect the life of the mother, that 14-year-old must carry that baby, even though it's a product of incest, rape. Carry that baby to term. And then this nut job goes on to use examples of abortions after a certain point, late-term abortions, they call them, and the dismemberment of babies and pulling pieces of the baby out. All of that is bullshit. Late-term abortions only happen if the life of the mother is in jeopardy or the health of the mother is in jeopardy. But this is how they spin that shit. But she was solid in her response. Doesn't matter if it's an incest victim, a rape victim. Doesn't matter if she's 10 years old, 14 years old. If this pregnancy is not affecting her life, she is the perfect example for my abortion ban. And white women, white voters in Michigan went out and voted overwhelmingly for this woman to possibly become the next governor of Michigan. Absolutely ludicrous.